Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. This is going to be part 4 of my tutorial guide on how to use the updated version of AutoDrive. If this is what you are looking for, please stay tuned. Alright folks, as mentioned, this is part 4 of my series on how to use the updated version of AutoDrive. So today we're going to look at how to unload a combine that is actively harvesting a field. So what we have here is we have a John Deere tractor, and I had to switch maps from No Man's Land just so I could get this to a much bigger field, so I didn't have to make a big field on No Man's Land, so it's just easier for me to switch around. So I'll talk about the setup I have here. If you are new to this series and this is the first video you're watching, I recommend going and watching the first 3 parts before watching this, because it kind of sets up the premise behind this and the different functions of AutoDrive prior to this. So I recommend going and checking those out first. So we're again going to use the unload or the pick up from a combine or unload a combine function of AutoDrive. So I have a route set up here. I put in a silo. We're going to harvest this field of wheat. So I have a point there for the silo. And over here, if we follow my route, there's a point for the field. So those are the only 2 things you need. The field point just kind of has to be on the outside, and that's where I recommend putting it, somewhere on the outside where it's easy to access. So the tractor should be able to work its way around pretty easily. So if we look over here, if we have center mouse button to turn on our cursor for AutoDrive, double click on this, we can move it around. So right now it's in drive mode. We're going to click it once. That's pick up and deliver. That is deliver. That is load. And here we go, unload combine. So we're going to go over a couple of settings that we're going to want to change first. So first off, this here is the field you're going to essentially go to. So we're going to go to just the field. And so that's where you're going to pick up from the combine. And this is where you're going to unload what you get from the combine. So this is going to be silo. So that is what we have going on there. So if we go into this little gear icon here, we're going to take a look at some of the settings in here. So what we need to change is we need to go over to first to this area under the combine unload settings. Find driver, we need to change this to yes. Pre-call level, we need to change this to, we'll do 80%. Call to unloader, we need to turn that to yes. So this is for search for close by drivers. So what that means is that they're going to be able to connect to each other. Essentially, these help the combine and the tractor kind of talk to each other. Call unloader. So this means that when the combine gets to this level in the combine, so when it's 80% full, so whatever you set this to, then it's going to call the tractor to it. So the tractor is going to wait at this field point you can see outside the menu. So we'll apply that real quick. So this is where the tractor is going to wait until the combine is at 80%. Then the tractor will drive out onto the field and go and track for the combine. And then once the combine's full, the tractor will unload it. The combine will continue, and the tractor will either wait, depending on if it's set to unload, or it will just go and unload into the silo. So if we go further into settings, we need to go into here. So this is the unload fill level. So after unloading the combine, directly go deliver at this fill level. So we're going to say once the trailer is to 50%, or essentially 50% or more, it's going to go deliver it to the silo. So we'll just set it to that. You can set it to 100% or whatever you want it to be set to. We're not going to mess with any of these other settings. Let's see here. I believe there's one other one I want to go check. I'm missing it out. Oh, this is one I want to mention too. So driver wages, if you don't want them to charge you any money, you can lower it down. And if you want them to cost you an exorbitant amount of cash, you can do that as well. So it's pretty much set up now. Nope, we want to apply. Make sure you always apply. Thankfully, it does that for you. So we're going to go ahead and hit go here. And what it's going to do, it's going to proceed to this route. It's going to work its way around to the field. And that's where it's going to wait for the combine. So the combine has nothing to do with AutoDrive. All you're going to do on the combine is hire it like normal, and I'll show you that here in a second. So wait until he gets there. It's going to unload the combine, but once it gets here, it'll tell you waiting for call. So perfect. It's there, and actually we're just going to tab over to the combine. So the combine has nothing we have to do with AutoDrive. So all we're going to do is hire the combine to start harvesting the field. And then once the combine gets to 80%, the tractor will start tracking it and come over to unload it. So obviously this will take it a little bit to get to 80%. So I'm going to wait until it gets close to that, and then I'll bring you guys back in to show you how it gets called to the combine. All right, we are getting close. We're at 76%. So once he hits 80, the tractor will then enter the field and start tracking the combine. So you'll see here in just a second. And 80 is coming up. Here we go. Now you see the tractor start to move. So the tractor is going to come in and start tracking the combine. Oh, and the other thing I did want to mention, well, this is happening right now in front of us, over here. Let me see if I can't find it. Here we go, avoid fruit. So if you don't want it to drive on the crop, then you want that on. So if you have field destruction or crop destruction off, then you can leave it at that, but we're gonna leave it there. Okay, and he's not gonna be able to get it yet, so he's gonna have to turn around before, so he's not gonna try to unload it, but he's just tracking the combine while the combine's loading, so, or while the combine's still harvesting. So the combine's gonna make a loop here. And then it's going to fill up. Once it gets to 100%, then it should unload it. So that will be how it will work. And again, there's nothing with AutoDrive that you're doing with the combine. Nothing with AutoDrive the combine, just with the unloading. Actually, the tractor is going to be in pretty good shape. It might actually loop around, though, is what my guess would be. But we'll see. That, or maybe it's calculated out exactly where it needs to be, which kind of looks like that might be the case. There, pipe's going to pop out. And should work. Yep, there it goes. So took it a second to get updated and get that cover taken off, but I didn't do anything or hit any buttons. That was just it working on that. So there you have it. We will go ahead and tab over to this tractor now to see what he does after he gets loaded. So again, this is going to bring him over 50%, which is the point we said go and load it in the silo. So now he's past 50%. He's going to wait until the combine's unloaded, and since he's past that 50% threshold, which we set him to, he should go directly to the silo, unload, then head back to the field and wait for the combine again. So there we are. And it did get a little extra, I suppose. So it's going to head to the field point, and then it's going to head to the silo. And then once it gets back to the field point, after it unloads at the silo, it will wait until the combine again hits 80%. Then it will start tracking it. And once it tracks it, and then once the combine's full, then it will unload the combine again and repeat the process. So, okay, it hit the field point. Now it's going to the silo. Just got to make the big loop I made for it. But after he gets that done, then it will unload it. So and I'll actually just do this so you can see where everything's at. So hopefully that silo point's good, and it is. So it's there, it's unloading it, it's putting it in the silo. If we go into the menu here, go over to this, the wheat is getting loaded into our silo. Perfect. Now it's going to wait until the tipper gets all the way back down. Combine's still harvesting somewhere. There he is. All right, and now he's going to continue to the field, and that's where he's going to wait. Well, guys, this is everything for unloading the combine. It's not as hard as people may make it out to be. With the new AutoDrive, it's pretty easy to do. It's pretty simple to set up and everything like that. So I hope you found this video helpful or useful in some way. If you did, please drop a like down below. If you have not already, please hit that subscribe button up on your screen to join the channel. And then as well as that, turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos that I may post. And if you have anything to comment or add to AutoDrive, please let me know down below. If there's any other videos you want to see about AutoDrive, also please let me know. Thank you guys, and thank you for watching.